and slips, but finds O'Dowda. Back to Chambers. And Ramsey imploring inside to use the width of the pitch. Players to manoeuvre. Robertson all in, hanging. That's probably too close to the keeper. It is. Easy claim there for Jamie Cumming. Not the greatest delivery that time from Alex Robertson. And it has a feel of one of those halves where you'll be looking at the clock a lot. Of course, Cardiff not losing and playing well, but need to force a result. And you just feel that every time you look up, another 10 minutes may have passed on the clock. What a difference a goal would make, though. Salek, chest off for Willock. Willock is fouled. Ramsey wants Cardiff to go quick. Again, Oxford not allowing that. Chris Gunther in the technical area is living, breathing, heading every ball.
As we keep saying, someone who knows the place, came through the ranks, a City fan in his youth.
Yeah, Newport lad from High Cross, but Cardiff was always his club. Mind you, High Cross is only one junction down from Cardiff. We'll claim it as our own. Long ball forward, looking for Salek. Salek flicks on, but it's adjudged to have fouled his man. I just felt this benefited Oxford at the end of the first half when the game got a little bitty and lots of restarts in the first half hour. The game was more flowing. Cardiff looked at their best. Fish deals with that just about. Rinomhota loses possession, but it will run to Willock. Willock to O'Dowda. Will he check out? No, he checks back inside and gives it back to Horvath. Horvath takes the first touch and goes long. Not a bad ball. Salek flicks on, but can't quite link with either Robertson or Ashford. Fish heads forward. Ashford is beaten, as is Mansverk. Chambers, though, will fire the ball at Robertson. Cardiff have possession back, and they have NG out wide. Robertson uses him. Cardiff were finding pockets of space in the first half. Looks like Oxford are quite happy to sit it in a mid-lower block now to negate those pockets. Willock back to Rinomhota. Robertson is making the run. O'Dowda can't get past his man on the outside. Goes back to Rinomhota. Here's Mansverk. Mansverk to Robertson. That's nice. Robertson into the area. Gives it back to Willock. Cardiff rather loose.
And he's rode his defender really well there, Yusuf Saleh. Just used all his weight to spin into an awkward position to defend against. But equally, it makes it really enticing to nod that ball down into the turf, and that's what he's done.
Be pleased.
That was a foul on Robertson. And the yellow card brandished to Alex Matos.
It's an aerial challenge. His arm is up though. He does fling it towards the Cardiff City midfield player.
Rinomota sends it into the channel. It's headed away by Helik. And the pressure has been flipped, hasn't it, with that goal? It's now on Oxford United.
Very much so. And we were talking about in the first half about they're not home and dry yet. Still work to do. Results go against them, particularly this one, of course, but with other teams winning around the bottom of the league, then this, as I said, the 48 points they've got going into this match probably isn't going to be enough.
Of course, Birmingham City went down with 50 points, was it, last season? And Luton have taken the lead for a second time at home to Bristol City. Some big results at the bottom of the Championship if things stay as they are. And it'll make the final two matches very, very interesting, very, very nervy for fans of the clubs in and around the bottom three. Still plenty of time in this game for Oxford United to turn things around. But Cardiff City passing the ball around confidently, and it's amazing what a goal can do for a side.
And the onus has changed in the game. Cardiff City now can take their time at the back when if Oxford United don't come out and close them down and try and win the ball back quickly. With Cardiff City having that goal, they can stroke it around the back. They can take their time. There isn't the pressure to get the ball forward, to get it in the box, to get people in the penalty area, commit players into attacking positions.
Looks remarkably calm with the situation, Aaron Ramsey.
Will he want his team to maintain this better play in the second half in terms of attacking power? Will he want them to show a little bit more caution now and to maybe, one or two of those midfield players drop deeper, the fullbacks maybe not push on as much as they have been doing? I think that's not an issue with Perry Ng, who's stayed in the right back role, but Callum O'Dowda has pushed on. Will Aaron Ramsey ask him to be a little bit more conservative in his approach, or will it go all out for the second goal?
That was an important touch by Fish, with Bradshaw lurking.
It's been zilch, hasn't it, in terms of attacking play from Oxford United? Nothing. Barely mentioned Tom Bradshaw. No service, no support, no players anywhere near him. That's going to have to change for Gary Rowett. Rowett is going to ask for more from Goodrum and now Matt Phillips instead of Plaheta.
Well, Phillips winning a throw, and it's another opportunity for Will Vaulks to swing one into the box, Rory Delap-esque. And the foul conceded straight from the throw, Ben Nelson.
I'm struggling to see what their tactic is, because it's been the same every time, and the position, starting position of Ben Nelson in particular and Hellick, they're not in front of the players, so Perry Ng is in front of his opponent. It was always going to be a foul. They need to get across, they need to be in front of the defender to enable themselves to get the first touch and get that flick, and then all it can create all types of chaos.
Shouts for handball against Matos, but nothing given. Leeds United 6-0 up. Well, talk about securing promotion in style.
It's a goal every 10 minutes in that match for Leeds United.
Robertson battling. Plymouth 3-1 up at home to Coventry. That's a game that they simply had to win, and they're heading for all 3 points. No rush from Cardiff City in getting the ball back into play. Looks as if it's going to be a long throw from Callum O'Dowda on this occasion.
Pressure's on. He's got some distance to live up to. And he does so.
Salech flicks it on. Might drop for Fish. Volks is there to clear it away. Looks like there's a bit of movement on the Cardiff City bench. I think Oxford United are going to be bringing on a couple more substitutes as well. Possession given away, and it was rolled into Ashford, who just couldn't get the ball out of his feet to get the shot away. But Cardiff City have their tails up at the moment. Comes off the head of Matos. Mansberg. Here's Willock. Still Chris Willock. Digs out the cross. And the header was on target, but easily dealt with by Jamie Cumming from Salech. Couldn't quite generate any power on his header, and it was easy for the goalkeeper to deal with.
Certainly has been more prominent in the second half, hasn't he? Both those players, Willock and Salech. Much more of a threat from the second period from Cardiff City.
I think it's Rodriguez and Harris who are the two about to be introduced for Oxford United, as the ball is played forward to Ashford. Still in possession, and then Unji tries to return it back to Kian Ashford and just gifts it to Oxford United. Hellick. Greg Lee. Goodrum. Just trying to take a bit of control from this match, Oxford United, as they retain possession. Hull City leading Preston North End by 2-1. Volks. as things stand, Oxford United being dragged right back into the mire. Concerning times for Gary Rowett and those 3,000 Oxford United travelling supporters. Willock. Pass inside to Robertson was snuffed out. Ball forward away from Bradshaw, easily dealt with by Chambers. Here's Brannigan. Now Goodrum. Just to get it back to Brannigan. Phillips. Volks with the cross into the box. It's too close to Horvath, who claims and dives on the ball.
But at least some intent there, some purpose from the attacking play of Gary Rowett's team. Doesn't amount to anything, but it's a bit more promise.
So here are the Oxford United changes, and it is Rodriguez coming on to replace Matos. And Mark Harris, I'm sure, will be coming on to replace Bradshaw. It is Bradshaw who has been withdrawn. Well, Harris has been disappointed with his goal return this season, down on his expectations. 6 goals in his 43 appearances. Can he get a crucial one this afternoon, though, and Cardiff City also making the change. Yaku Matey coming on, and Ashford withdrawn. Well, they're attacking changes from Oxford United.
Yes, they are. I think Gary Rowett had to do something. I've noticed in the second half there's a hint of a 3 at the back now. Bennett, Nelson and Hellick. Greg Lee is playing on the left. I think Mac Phillips is the right-sided kind of stroke midfielder, wing-back, right-sided player. Greg Lee on the left. Aaron Ramsey, I don't think needs to tweak the tactical system, but he has made the change now. And certainly Oxford and Gary Rowett are forced into taking some action to try and kick-start into life. And some attacking play, some attempts at goals, some crosses. More players in the penalty area. Will Cardiff take a step back? Because Oxford United have to go forward.
Well, Rodriguez, when he's in possession, will try and run with the ball. Try and pick up those pockets of space as he was found there, but Cardiff were alive to it. And here is Mighty, whose cross is too close to coming.
Referred to Oxford's woes on the road this season, just a few 2 wins away from home. One of those was recently their last away win. 13 points picked up away from home, was 35 at home. The run in is Sunderland at home, Swansea away.
The one thing they will look at, though, is Cardiff City struggle to keep clean sheets, and they have the 3rd worst defence in the Championship to the hosts. Luton 3-1 up against Bristol City. That is big in the context of the relegation places. Here's Goodwin, unable to pick out the run of Harris. Swansea 2-1 up against QPR. Matey looking to stretch his legs, but again the cross too close to the goalkeeper coming. Starting to become a little bit stretched, this game. Here's Harris being held up by Fish. Back to Lee. Brannigan takes over. Now Goodwin tried to return the pass inside to Cameron Brannigan. Horvath picks up the loose ball.
Yes, Harris has made a slight change, isn't he, the former Cardiff City player. There is the possibility now, a threat, isn't there, from Oxford United, because there wasn't up until Salic opened the scoring. They're quite happy to contain Cardiff and hope for the best.
O'Dowda plays it forwards. It's over the head of Salic. Under pressure, the goalkeeper coming. Didn't want the ball back into him there, and he's forced to clear it out of play. And more changes for Cardiff City. Chris Willock coming off. Alves coming on for him. And Colwell also being introduced, and Alex Robertson, the player withdrawn. O'Dowda's long throw, handed away. Looking to make an impact instantly, Alves finds O'Dowda, who's done well under pressure. Now Alves. Mansverk skips inside the challenge. And it was well done by Will Volks, and Mansverk and Volks have a go at each other with Mansverk on the ground.
It was quite comical in the end, actually. It was a good tackle from Volks and right decision. Grip and hold and a tap out eventually.
It is WrestleMania weekend. Phillips with the challenge. Salic holds it up and retains possession. Here's Perry-Unji. Being closed down by Goodwin. Does get the ball up the line. It's off the head of Lee. And it will be picked up by Matey, who was then tackled by Bennett. Certainly a bit more intent from Oxford United now. Going forward, here's Lee. Chambers with the header, picked up by Harris. Here's Harris again. Chambers just did enough. Mansverk. Alves wanted the free kick. He's not going to get it. Phillips Plays it inside. Now Brannigan. Hellick.
Chaos at the moment, isn't it? So frantic.
And you have to imagine it will get nervy for Cardiff City as we near the end of the 90.
Exactly. And they're going to have to be rock solid at the back. NG is struggling at the moment, I would suggest, in the right back position. It hasn't gone well against Greg Lee so far. He seems to be getting the better of him.
Got the better of him there, and NG forced to commit the foul. Here's Brannigan. Folks to Nelson. Hellick. Goodrun with a nice turn. And he was hacked down. And we're going to see another yellow card.
And cramp from
Mansverk.
Mansverk in midfield. Cardiff City has worked hard. As the game has gone on, he's had more of an influence. And 12 minutes left with cramp. It's going to be an issue for him now. Whether he can continue. The type of player that Aaron Ramsey would like to keep on for the 90-minute mark. He's got his foot on the ball. Tried to find the pass.
What can Oxford United create from this free kick? Goodrun and Brannigan both over the ball. It's teed up for Brannigan to hit! A stunner from Cameron Brannigan! My word! Pick that one out! A huge goal in the context of the bottom of the championship table. And it's a beauty from Cameron Brannigan.
My goodness me, where did that come from? We're talking about an improvement from Oxford because they had to be. They're chasing their game. They need to get back on level terms. They haven't yet really created a clear-cut chance. Been more attack-minded. This isn't a chance, but look at the way he cuts across the ball. The touch there from Goodrun, just to the right. And as Brannigan steps onto it, the perfect contact. Sufficient, more than sufficient power. In a way, he just slices slightly across the ball. Means it's going to swerve away from the goalkeeper. And he dreamt and hoped that it would be towards the top corner. Guess where it ended up? Top corner. Classic equaliser, fantastic strike. Game is up for grabs again now.
Third goal of the campaign for Cameron Brannigan. And that could be the most important goal of them all. And Cardiff City have it all to do. Ball is played to Alves. And there was a change during those celebrations. Saleh replaced by Tanner. And Mansverk, who we saw struggling with cramp, replaced by Turnbull. Oxford United are going to make another change as well. Joe Bennett being withdrawn. And Moore, who returned to the bench this afternoon, returning to action.
Well, it is an issue when you play Oxford United. a team that are very good at set pieces. They rely on them, as most teams do, when you don't have that big budget. You can't go out and spend hugely in the transfer market. They have the player with a long throw. They have good delivery of set piece takers. But that attempt, a successful attempt from Cameron Brannigan, was exceptional.
And this is what that goal has done to the bottom of the Championship as things stand. Might be the goal of the day from Cameron Brannigan. Turnbull. Fish. A dagger through the hearts of Cardiff City supporters. A ferocious strike into the top corner. Still time for a winner from either side. Harris. Rotherham penalised. Free kick taken quickly. Turnbull. G's ball into the box towards Matey. It's headed away. Colwell. And then an effort that took a deflection on its way over the crossbar, and Cardiff City have a corner as Tanner tried his luck from the edge of the box. Can they create something from this set piece? Headed away by Vaux. The hit from the edge of the D, comfortably dealt with by Cumming, as again it was Tanner picking up the pieces and trying his luck.
It's a decent attempt, isn't it? It doesn't come off the ground, and one of those might catch the goalkeeper unaware, in the fact there's so many bodies between him and the ball.
Not sure a point really does Cardiff City much good. Avoiding what would be relegation to the third tier for the first time since 2002. That was the last time they played at that level. That is the aim for Aaron Ramsey and Cardiff City. Can they find a goal to re-establish their lead? And G. Chambers. Chambers again. Now here's Turnbull. Chambers taking the ball forward onto O'Dowda. Skips inside the challenging Volks, who gets back at his marker. They need some inspiration from someone, the Bluebirds. And it's missed control by Colwell. Lee sends it down the line. Fish is there for Cardiff.
Mark Harris has to do better there, the centre forward for Mill. He's really got to chase those hopeful long balls downfield, channel balls. Don't allow them to be defended so easily by the Cardiff centre-backs, and then just they regenerate more possession for Cardiff. Another attack for Cardiff. He has to be a focal point, an out ball. because Oxford United now clearly sitting back and settling for the point.
Ball played into the box and running in at the back post. There wasn't a touch. Mighty got the initial flick on it.
What's the problem when you sit deep, defend deep, invite pressure on any touch here, and it finds its way into the goal. Matt Phillips does well, shows his upper body strength to hold off the challenger. I think it was O'Dowda who was charging in at the far post. Just the slightest touch would have taken it past the goalkeeper. It's a risky tactic. There aren't many minutes left. We've had lots of substitutions, a couple of goals. There is going to be a decent amount of added on time for Cardiff to try and force the win up, the only team that are trying to at the moment.
And they have to, with the situation they are in. Here is Turnbull. It's work to O'Dowda. Phillips back defending. Picked up by David Turnbull again. Now Chambers, Turnbull. Plays it inside to Fish. And G. Fish. Cardiff taking their time, waiting for the right moment to put the ball into the box. Here's Alves. It's a poor delivery, far too close to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I don't mind the in-swinging cross, but it has to be hit with pace. Once it's too high, it's too easy for the goalkeeper. They've done a lot of that this afternoon, Cardiff City, cutting field and in-swinging crosses. We haven't seen too many players down attacking outside the fullback. Old-fashioned wing play, getting crosses in towards Saleh and Co in the penalty area.
An awkward one for Horvath to deal with. Does find a teammate though. Lee challenging with Unji. No foul given. Oxford United retain possession, but the referee has stopped play because there is a player down. It's Cameron Brannigan, who may require a bit of treatment. And G back to his feet quickly.
Don't look in great shape, does he? Both teams, I think, used all their substitutes. That's cramp again for Perry and G.
A minimum of 4 minutes to be played at the end of the 90. 4 minutes, possibly, for Cardiff to reignite their survival bid. Brannigan back up to his feet, and this was an absolute pearler to draw Oxford United level. What a time to come up with a moment of magic. We're at desperation stage for Cardiff City. I think the drop ball will be back to Jamie Cumming because it was back with the Oxford United goalkeeper when the referee stopped play. And Cardiff City not happy with that, but that is the correct decision. And they will eat down the seconds as much as possible, Oxford United. Cross, a poor one, as it's sliced behind from Tanner.
This has been busy, and he's tried to get on the ball. He's tried to get things going for Cardiff City, and rams it out. He'll be disappointed bitterly if his team don't get a winning goal. He'll be disappointed they weren't able to control the game more when they went 1-0 ahead. Yeah, it's a shot out of the blue from Brannigan to get the equaliser, but they did allow Oxford United back into the game.
Well, it's West Bromwich Albion at home next, and then on the final day they travel to Norwich City, Cardiff City, but they could be down by that final day. As for Oxford United, they host Sunderland, who are seemingly cruising towards the playoffs, and then a trip back to Wales to face Swansea City on the final day. A long throw launched into the penalty area, and G hits it. It's taken a deflection. It's a corner, and this could be the final opportunity for Cardiff City.
Talk about change of formation for Cardiff City. Aaron Ramsey completely forgot he was manager there. He was playing left back, 20 metres outside of his technical area. Suddenly realised, jogs back into the technical area. Can his team force a win up?
There are lots of pushing and shoving in that Oxford United penalty area. Big moment for both of these sides. Headed away by Lee. Phillips is there to play it further clear. Tanner picks it up. Tanner sends the ball in, and that will be a free kick as Goodrum was taken out. Frustration for Chambers.
You can see exactly what Oxford United have come for now. They're celebrating that they're going to get the point. Their overall play probably hasn't deserved it. Cardiff have been more on the front foot, but Oxford United with that stunning goal from the skipper, Brannigan, they're more than happy with a point. Running down the clock. The clock is running down on Cardiff City, I'm afraid, and Aaron Ramsey and his coaching team, the players. Going to be a treacherous last couple of games for Cardiff City, and quite a few other teams down there in that relegation dogfight in the Championship.
They come up against West Brom next, who of course still have work to do if they're to get into the playoffs. Maybe an opportunity for Oxford United to find a late winner here. There'll be another long throw from Will Volks, who wants more of his teammates to make it into the penalty area. It's launched in towards Hellick, and there's the full-time whistle. It's a big blow for Cardiff City, and Aaron Ramsey, his first game in interim charge, ends in a 1-1 draw. They took the lead through Yusuf Salech, who headed beyond Jamie Cumming, but a brilliant strike from Cameron Brannigan earned Oxford United what could be a valuable point in their battle to avoid the drop. Cardiff City aren't quite down just yet, but they have it all to do in the final couple of games. It is now out of their hands. Oxford United are almost there in terms of survival in their first season back in the second tier. Disappointment for the supporters here in Wales, who turned up with such hope and expectation with the managerial change, but they go home having had their hopes dashed by that man, Cameron Brannigan, with an absolute stunner and it could be the goal that keeps Oxford United in the Championship. Full time here at the Cardiff City Stadium. Cardiff City 1, Oxford United 1. Terry Gibson, your thoughts on what was a nervy encounter at times, but in the end, the brilliance from Brannigan earning Oxford United a vital point.
Yeah, the final 3 games of the season, this is how it's going to be, I'm afraid. It's not about playing silky football, it's about achieving results, it's about scrapping for your lives. Aaron Ramsey's team did all that he could have asked of them today. They fought like tigers, they were tenacious, they didn't have the quality in terms of attacking play, but they thought they'd just about done enough when they got their noses in front. With the 1-goal lead, we see how jubilant Aaron Ramsey was on the touchline. But you're right, Joe, it was snatched away in dramatic circumstances with an incredible strike from Cameron Brannigan. I can't think of any other opportunities that Oxford United created. They huffed and puffed with the long throw-ins and the other set pieces they had, but that was a moment of genuine quality and power to get that equaliser, and Oxford United were delighted. Aaron Ramsey, of course, would have been frustrated. He would have thought a large period of that second half that his team were playing better, looking like scoring more goals, but it wasn't to be for Cardiff and their supporters today.
Here a goal that was scored by Cameron Brannigan that we've been used to seeing Aaron Ramsey score over the years, and these are the statistics from the game. You can see that Cardiff City had the better of possession, had more shots, but only one clear-cut chance, and just didn't quite have the quality in the final third, and they were punished by that wonder strike.
Yeah, 12 shots from Cardiff City, but only 3 on target. Oxford's stats in terms of their shooting is pretty much 100% record for Oxford United. 1 genuine attempt, 1 goal.
Well, we can take a look at the match highlights, and most of the chances fell to Cardiff City, and this was early in the game. Willock probably should have done better.
Yeah, I think this is the best chance of the game. Alex Robertson, wonderful skill, helps it round the corner, evades the challenge of the defender, awareness to know where his teammate was. A decent first touch, but the second one should have been much better. As I say, there wasn't too many openings created by Cardiff City in the first half. Willock again, that's a half chance. He's unlucky with that one. It's all about that first opportunity. That was an absolute sitter. But he was always involved in the game. Eventually he does show that quality that does help get the goal for Cardiff City. Salic there, the hold-up play, traditional centre-forward play.
And this was into the second half, and the opening goal, Youssef Salic rising above Nelson and Hallett to head Cardiff City in front.
Well, as we saw at the end of the first half, Willock and Salic involved. And for the first 10 minutes or so in the second half, they were also heavily involved in the game. Just prior to this, there was a couple of movements between the two of them, crosses and attempts at goal. And Willock given far too much time there. Gary Rout would be furious with his defence there. Willock with the in-swinging cross. Salic has to work so hard. He was up front on his own for the majority of the game. 2 defenders trying to outpower him, but he uses his strength, and then the heading technique is perfect. It's all about the power to hold off the challenges, to show that determination, and plants it firmly past the goalkeeper, Jamie Cumming.
Huge celebrations from the Cardiff City bench, from the Cardiff City supporters, but that joy wasn't to last, because this was just magnificent.
Well, it goes down as an assist for Tyler Goodrum, a little 1-yard tap to the side. And Cameron Brannigan, the goal is essentially all down to him. The point that Oxford United earned is all down to him. Very few other attempts at goal, but what a spectacular attempt it is. Cuts across it, right-footed finish. They just move it to the side of a flimsy wall. Wasn't much to be. Swerves away from the goalkeeper right into its intended position in the top corner.
And the goalkeeper given absolutely no chance. Cue the celebrations from the Oxford United supporters. Those 3,000 fans will be fairly satisfied on their journey back to Oxford United. Elsewhere, some key results around the bottom end and the top end of the table. Hull City beating Preston by 2 goals.